Imagine being so obsessed with controlling how the world sees you that you lose control of the truth itself. That's exactly what's happening with Martell Holt right now. The man who once called himself a family leader is now fighting battles in courtrooms instead of living rooms. Behind every filtered Instagram post and every family man caption lies a paper trail of legal drama, broken trust, and a woman who's done being quiet. Melodyshari isn't just surviving the chaos, she's mastering it. While Martell keeps trying to rewrite the story, the court documents, the cameras, and the audience all see something different. A man drowning in his own reflection. This isn't just another love and marriage Huntsville feud. It's the public unraveling of control, ego, and reputation. And the plot twist? Melody never had to say a word to win. Martell Holt used to be the definition of image control. The man with the polished suits, the polished smile, and the endless captions about growth and fatherhood. But somewhere between the TV cameras and the courtroom, that image started to crack. What began as another chapter in love and marriage, Huntsville's ongoing drama has now turned into something much bigger. This isn't just social media mess or reality show theatrics anymore. It's real-life consequences catching up to a man who thought perception could protect him. Back in May 2024, Martell was found guilty of third-degree domestic violence and harassment against his ex-wife, Shari. That's not rumor or speculation, that's court-certified truth. The judge gave him probation, a suspended 30-day jail sentence, a $500 fine, and a no-contact order with Melody. Most men would take that as a wake-up call. But not Martell. He appealed it, thinking he could fight reality like it was just another storyline. Fast forward to August 2025, and that same court told him exactly what the audience already knew. Nothing had changed. He pleaded guilty again, with the same sentence, the same restrictions, and the same loss of credibility. By then, the damage was already done. The internet had the receipts, the blogs had the evidence, and the fans had already chosen sides. The problem wasn't just that Martell broke the law. It's that he kept pretending he didn't. Melody, on the other hand, played her position with quiet precision. She didn't rant. She didn't lash out. She didn't post subliminals every hour. She moved like someone who already knew the truth would speak for itself. While Martell was busy rebranding himself as a misunderstood father, Melody was reintroducing herself as a woman who refused to be defined by drama. She showed up to court, followed the rules, and focused on her children. Every post, every appearance, every move carried purpose. And when she threw shade, it wasn't messy, it was surgical. Like when she told Martell to stop playing games online and buy Arian a car instead. She didn't scream, didn't drag. She just dropped a one-liner that cut straight through the image he was trying to sell. The next day, she was in her Range Rover, flashing that quiet smile that said everything without a caption. That's what real power looks like. Meanwhile, Martell kept pushing a narrative that no one was buying anymore. His followers weren't fooled by the Bible quotes or the family man hashtags. They saw through it. They saw a man trying to curate peace while living in chaos. And the more he posted, the clearer it became that his control was slipping. By the time his custody trial date was set for October, Martell's entire act had started to collapse under its own weight. Every motion, every appeal, every post started looking less like love for his kids and more like a way to stay connected to Melody. He couldn't let go. Not of her, not of the narrative, not of the attention. Even in court, every filing looked like another attempt to pull her back into his orbit. And while he kept trying to prove he was the victim, the world saw something else. A man using the legal system to maintain emotional control. It wasn't about parenting. It was about power. And that's what made it ugly. Martell's downfall didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, publicly, and in front of an audience that no longer believed him. Every Instagram caption became a contradiction. Every co-parenting post came off performative. And every time he tried to convince the world he'd changed, Melody quietly reminded them she didn't have to. Her peace spoke louder than his pleas. What really exposed Martell wasn't the court case. It was the way he handled it. Instead of accountability, he chose performance. Instead of growth, he chose control. He wanted the world to see him as a man fighting for his family, but his actions told a completely different story. One day he's preaching forgiveness, the next he's throwing shots online. He talks about love, then parades Arian Curry around like a trophy, even though that relationship was born in betrayal. It's not growth, it's ego in disguise. And what makes it worse is the silence of the people around him. His mother, Marlene, has watched him crash and burn, yet she's never once stepped in to tell him the truth. She excuses his behavior, comforts his image, and acts like Melody is the problem. But silence is its own kind of betrayal. Martell doesn't just have enablers, he has a whole support system that protects his denial. Melody had every reason to air everything out, but she didn't. She stayed classy, strategic, and unbothered. She let him exhaust himself trying to control her while she quietly built everything he said she couldn't have. That's why her wins hit harder, because they're rooted in calm, not chaos. Every Range Rover post, every business milestone, every confident smile is a reminder that she's free while he's still trapped in the same old cycle. And now, with the world watching, Martell's every move feels desperate. He wants to convince people he's healed, but the tone gives him away. He's still angry, still obsessed with how he looks instead of who he is. Fans can feel the difference. They've seen the pattern too many times. It's not about the show anymore. It's about real-life accountability. And no amount of glossy social media posts can rewrite that. The saddest part of all this isn't even the drama between them. It's the kids caught in the middle. They're growing up watching all of this unfold. They might not understand every headline, but they understand energy. They know who's calm and who's chaotic. They see who's building stability and who's performing for likes. And when they get older, they'll look back and realize who actually protected their peace. Melody isn't raising her children in front of a camera. She's raising them in peace. Martell, on the other hand, is still chasing validation from the same audience that already moved on. That's the real loss. Not the court battles, not the TV ratings, but the respect that comes when people finally see you for who you really are. The truth is simple. Melody leveled up. Martell got stuck trying to rewrite the story that everyone already finished reading. And the internet, the fans, and even the courts have made it clear. The performance is over, and there you have it. Another chapter in the chaos that proves silence can be louder than any headline. Melody didn't need to clap back. Her piece did the talking. Martell wanted control, but the truth controlled him instead. So what do you think? Is this just another reality TV meltdown, or are we watching a full-blown fall from grace play out in real time? Drop your thoughts below, because the comment section is about to light up. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive right here on The Hype Spill, where we spill the stories they try to hide and the receipts never lie. Stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, peace always looks better than performance. Yes, I